in a lullaby.
Hi, so happy to be here today. I have fantastic guests. We are returning with Joanne Hutchins and Greg Bravo, who are going to talk a little bit more about how to protect ourselves. You know, lately we've seen home invasions. Yesterday I was so dismayed to find 3 women actually with their children attacking another person for an iPad, and that was right in daylight. So I've asked them to come back and give us some help and also to update their charities. In addition to that, when we come back, we're going to meet 3 wonderful men who have been helping us, actually 2 who are here tonight, who are helping us with Long Island Fight for Charity. I want to find out why they are doing this, what they've done, and how perhaps you can also help your community as well. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Tom Mealy from the Harrison Law Group. You know, soft tissue injury, that's no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. Don't waste valuable time going to firms who don't get it and can't do it. Call 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Gardol.
We sell AMSAC.
The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it. Faster.
You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store. One low price.
Here's the problem. We forgot to plug it in.
Oh! Don't even think about it!
Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or Blockbuster.com.
Hi, welcome back. I want to first of all introduce these people who are here tonight. We have, starting with Jamie Austin, and we have Matt Silver, and Jeff Cohen couldn't be with us tonight. He's stuck in the city. We have Joanne Hutchins, and we have Therese. Therese, I'm going to ask you to pronounce your last name because I mess it up.
You're close. It's Aaron.
Aaron, okay. What I'd like to do is, first of all, talk to the guys, and ladies, feel free to jump in. You know how the show is. We all contribute. But first of all, I'd like to find out a little bit of your background before we do the Long Island Fight for Charity, which I know is taking place November 25th at the Huntington Hilton. So let's start with you, Jamie. How did the 2 of you meet?
Oh, I don't want to discuss it.
In that dark alley.
It was probably, what you say, 1994?
1994,
she remembers.
Yes.
We both were involved in a lot of charities, golf outings, dinner dances, and we just kept on bumping into each other.
Okay. And then you started an organization called Community Chest in 2001. And I know Jeff isn't here, and he was an integral part of this as well. Would you tell me a little bit about that, what it is and what the goal is for it, mission?
Well, let's start with its mission and goal is to help people on Long Island who have experienced a traumatic, life-altering experience. It's kind of set them off track, financial disaster, and they're working hard to get back, to be self-sufficient. And what we'll do is we'll come along and we'll provide them with some short-term funding so that we can pay a few of their bills, they can save up some money, and then get back on their feet.
But the money doesn't go directly to them. The money, we will pay bills, certain bills, and we'll fund certain things that may need to get funding so they do get back on their feet. But we don't just give money to anyone. That's very important because we want them to become self-sufficient again and functioning members of society.
Is this a 501c3?
Absolutely.
It
yes.
is.
Yes,
okay.
It is.
So, all right.
Jamie and I spent many days at his kitchen table making the filing. Actually, he spent many days. I was there for a little while.
Okay. I also
he signed it.
He signed it? Well,
yeah, we do sign here.
Well, I'd also like to know, and this is very important, and I know Joanne shared with me, and Teresa probably will a little bit later. What I'd like to know is, it is a show about inspiration, and I know that many people are tired of what they're seeing on the news and the oppressiveness, the heaviness. And what I'd like to ask you is, first of all, Jamie, who has inspired you in your life, and how has that person so inspired you?
Well, that's actually very easy. I come from a family business, so it was very obvious. My father was a main player in my life, growing up, obviously, but then as I came out of college and went to work, I followed in his footsteps in the family business. He was out there. We call him Mr. Long Island because he's out at all these charity and events and all these fundraisers. So I basically followed with that and picked up. I can tell you, it's very funny. Is when I first started it, I would go around and people would say, who are you? Introduce yourself. I say, oh, are you Larry's son? And over time, it started to change. And as I got more involved and I was doing more of these events, he would come back from the events and he'd say, oh, I was somewhere and they asked if I was Jamie's father. So we both are out there. We're both doing a lot of that networking.
And Matthew, why do you do this? I mean, you're a very busy man. You have a limousine company. Is that correct?
Yes, I have a large limousine company.
And I know as a businessman, that's got to take up an integral part of your time. So why are you doing this?
I really enjoy helping people. And my father also is my idol and someone that I try to impress all the time. And then about 10 years ago, or about 15 years ago, I met a very nice gentleman who was very, very philanthropic, and he became my mentor. He's passed away, Mr. Joel Hamroff, but we were very close. And he really always said, you have to give to get, and always be giving, and always don't say no matter what it takes. Try to just do the right thing. And I've tried to follow in his footsteps.
We actually have the award for the boxer who raises the most money. It's the Joel Hamroff Memorial Award.
Oh, that's beautiful. What a lovely way to, keep one's legacy alive and feel good about it. Joanne, how did you get involved in this?
With the Fight for Charity?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as the founder of Moms Who Kick, for the past few years, actually Lainey Liner, who was on my board of directors 2 years ago, said, you should get in the ring and do it. And we thought about it, and this year actually being the 10th anniversary, I said, perfect, and it's a perfect fit for the founder of Moms Who Kick. I'm a martial artist, although I'm not allowed to throw kicks, and I promise you I won't.
Right.
So it was just a great fit, and I love it. I've always been inspired to get in the ring. At a very early age, my father said, Joe, you should be a female boxer. Well, I'm fulfilling that dream for my father.
And loving it for yourself.
I love it. It's great. It's great exercise mentally and physically, and it's just awesome.
When you exercise, do you also take ballet? Because I know you talked to me before, and we were in the green room before, going over some jabs and cross hooks, and we're going to demonstrate that for you later. But did you take ballet? Is there any training in your background?
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics, which is the balance that would help you with it?
Absolutely, sure. It's never a ballerina.
Never a ballerina.
No. Although I pretend to pirouette sometimes around the kitchen, but that's a different story.
Or get out of the kitchen.
That's right, yes.
And Teresa, how did you get involved with the group?
Well, it was a couple of different ways, actually, that kind of brought it to this pinnacle this year. I had always known about the fight. I've gone a few times. I was always intrigued with it. I've been incorporating boxing techniques as part of my exercise routine with my personal trainers over the last, probably 5+ years with Integrated Fitness Solutions in Roslyn. And that was always my favorite part of the workout. Actually led me into taking it to the next step and doing kickboxing with Tiger Schulman, so that was awesome. And I decided finally this was the year. I said this is the year I wanted to do things a little bit outside of the box, and if there was ever going to be a time to participate, it was the 10th anniversary. And when I heard my dear friend Joanne, I'm also involved with Moms Who Kick. I sit on their advisory board with Joe. Figured now was the opportunity to do it with a friend. And I also happen to be a partner with the law firm of Mordhock and Hammeroff, which was co-founded by Joel Hammeroff's son. So it seemed like a perfect fit.
Oh, look at that. Look how you came full. So you're an attorney.
Came full
so
circle.
that came full circle. Oh, I'm loving that. Well, we have a video that we'd like to share with you that will share a little bit about this Long Island Fight for Charity, a little bit more about what you do. So we're setting the video up now, and I'm going to ask if you would help explain after we see it.
Hi, I'm Kevin Kelly, Chief Creative Officer at Big Buzz Marketing Group, and I'm just one of the many boxers getting into the ring to raise money for local Long Island charities in need. Did you ever have a need to fight for something? Well, now you have your chance, and you don't even have to climb into the ring. We're just asking for your support to help some of the most important causes in Long Island, and we're here to show you where your generous dollars will go and help you understand the lives you will touch. Let's fight for them.
My name is Jamie Austin. I'm with the Long Island Community Chest. This is an organization that Matt Silver and I founded in 2000. Its purpose is to provide short-term financial assistance for people in need, specifically people on Long Island, specifically Nassau and Suffolk County.
We wanted to have something unique, and that's how the Fight for Charity was born, to raise money to provide assistance through the Long Island Community Chest and other charities, but mainly through the Community Chest to help families on Long Island that were in need of a short-term infusion of money to pay for certain bills that would bring them back into being functioning members of society and get them off public assistance.
We work with organizations such as Newground and Shannon Boyle, who is absolutely sensational.
My name is Shannon Boyle. I'm the Executive Director for New Ground. We're a nonprofit organization assisting homeless families and veterans on Long Island. Our focus, our mission, is to break the cycle of homelessness for the families and veterans that we serve. We do this with a focus on education, empowerment, employment. We work with both the parents and the children and the families to make sure that all of them can be successful and independent in the future.
And that's why every dollar that you give us goes to somebody to make them better. It's important that we all do this. And it's great that you're here tonight. It's great that you're going to give us some money. So go onto the website and make a donation.
So now you know. Pretty incredible stuff, huh? So be thankful every day for what you have. And please help us support these fantastic charities, touch many lives, and make some positive change, because some things are just worth fighting for. Thanks.
So the Long Island Fight for Charity has raised over $700,000 in the last 9 years. You said this is that does get applause.
It does, yeah. That's awesome. It's really awesome.
But this is going to be the biggest and the best. All right?
By far.
By far. Okay. How many boxes do you have? I mean, right here we have Tigress.
That's great.
All right. We have Knockout, and we have how many other boxers?
We have 22 boxers signed up right now, all contracted. They all sign a commitment letter to raise a certain amount of money and to fulfill the necessary training. We have 4 training facilities that they all have to go to. They go to one of those 4 facilities. So we've got 22 lined up, and we've got room for maybe 2 or 3 more.
Oh, that's excellent. So you expect about, what, 1,400 people this year over at the Huntington Hilton on the 25th?
We're going to put it to the maximum. We have less seats and more standing room so we can fit more people in there.
Okay. When people come to this, and I think you have different prices for the tickets, I'd like you to share the fact that, and I know this, that there's going to be a networking event about an hour before the fights actually start. There'll be food, beverage, and we'll see the boxers. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Before the actual boxing, first, it is run like a boxing match. We'll have 10 to 12 bouts, and there's a ring. It's a professional ring, and it's all certified by USA Metro Boxing for New York State. But what we do before that is, as you say, a networking event. We bring in restaurants from Long Island who donate their time and their food. We'll have about 25 restaurants. We'll have certain liquor purveyors there. And we'll have about an hour worth of networking before the first punch is thrown.
Let's talk about some of the restaurants that are involved, because you probably need people to donate. Have you satiated that? Do you have enough people donating this year? Or are you still looking for restaurants who could get publicity, share their menus, advertise, and also goodwill?
Absolutely, exactly. That's what the idea is for each of these restaurants, in exchange for their donation of their time and their food, they get an ad in the Journal, they get publicity. We're trying to do a variety of things, such as a dine-around program, a coupon program, so that our boxers are promoting the restaurants and our restaurants are promoting the boxers. So that's a very exciting opportunity for all the restaurants. And yes, it's an opportunity for them to display their menu, to display their food, to bring people to their restaurants.
We actually have restaurants adopting boxers and putting pictures up of the boxers in their restaurants and promoting the fight for charity, which is very generous of them, in addition to all the things that we're doing to market them so they can get new business.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, what if somebody can't make it that night? Can they give you a donation? What is your website?
Very good, absolutely. LongIslandFightForCharity.com or .org. And yes, you asked about tickets. We have two ticket prices. We have a VIP or ringside ticket for $195, and a general admission ticket is $125. And if you want to donate, by all means, you can go onto the website and donate.
And you, of course, have boosters. You have different people who can sponsor as well. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We have corporations, law firms that are sponsoring boxers. They get their name on their boxers' trunks. We've got signage throughout the event. You talk about the boxers and their training. Well, our job, Matt and mine, as the organizers or promoters, is to give value in the form of marketing to these organizations who are giving us substantial funds for out of their generosity. We need to give them something in return.
So it's a win-win situation for all. Mm-hmm. Why did you pick boxing?
We didn't. Jeff did.
Okay. All right. So
quick story, Gail.
It's all his story.
It's a long story.
It's all his
quick
fault.
story. We're in a meeting for another organization for a charity that I'm the chairman of. Jeff, Jamie, and Matt were in the meeting along with about 10 other people. Jeff talks about white-collar boxing that he was getting involved in and said, we should do this on Long Island. It'll be great, a lot better than the rubber chicken dinners. With that, Jamie says, I'll kick Matt's butt. We both got up, ran around the room chasing each other, and obviously, you could see who would have won by the bigger of the two.
Talking about kicking someone's butt, I have a video coming up of Jo, who's going to show some of her training, and then we have a big treat after that. We have our two killer fighters who are going to do a demonstration in jabbing and crossover. Is that correct?
Techniques, basically.
Techniques.
We do a little mitt training.
Yeah,
show you what
which is great exercise. It's fun. And I know that Joanne said when I tried it in the green room, you're all excited, Gail. But you know what? Your adrenaline is flowing. And you do get excited.
And you become addicted to it. It's such a cool workout.
You're addicted to it. The endorphins are flowing. And there's something that happens. And it's like a rhythm.
You become empowered. That's what happens. Motivated, empowered. Let's do it. It's addicting, like I said.
So let's see that video of Joanne Doyle Hutchins training.
The tiger.
Turn from here. Right there, right hand. Right hand.
in? Or you want us to hold?
Okay. Unbelievable. Getting into the ring with you, Joanne. It's going to be very exciting. But Therese, I know, is up for the challenge. And while they're getting ready, I want to share a story. I'm always very big on safety first. And that's what was, pronounced in my home. And my dad, as Joanne, I had shared this with her, was a Golden Glover. His mom made him give it up. He ended up working for Con Edison, broke his nose a few times. And she really did not want him to fight, and he loved it. Well, he used to teach me a little bit about jabbing. We had the boxing, we had the gloves, we had the heavy bag, and it was a tremendous way to release one's energy and in the rain and to just feel good about yourself. As you said, those endorphins kick in. Well, one time my dad was fooling with me, and I was still probably around 13 or 14, and he did one of these, and I didn't really want to box, and I'm not a violent person. But we did the jab, and I hit him, and I landed a blow that actually got him into the hospital. He went down.
You're a killer.
I was devastated. No, we're laughing now, but let me tell you, I was devastated because it was a horrible feeling. I had to have surgery, and after that, that was it for me. If you are not careful with anything that we're about to show you or the things that we do, you really can get hurt. And because you do get excited, you have to really just know what it is you're doing. So as you are getting ready to prepare to show us a little bit about that, very quick question. Last year's charities, who did you help?
Long Island Community Chest.
Okay.
The Genesis School.
Family Residences, Essential Enterprises.
Okay. And what is it that they do? The Genesis?
The Genesis School is a school for children with autism. The Family Residence is a variety of
developmentally disabled.
Developmentally disabled.
They serve hundreds of children on Long Island, and then of course
adults.
That is fabulous. And what else did
the
you
Community Chest,
Community
which
Chest.
we work with a variety of not-for-profits on Long Island who bring us potential candidates. And again, as Matt had described, we give the money not to the person, but we pay their bills, make sure that the money goes to the right places.
With all that we hear that is wrong with this world, I'm really so thrilled to have all of you here because you help make this difference in our lives, and that I do appreciate. You ready to get up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your names are? You are the Tigress.
And the Knockout.
And the Knockout.
I'm scared of her. She's a knockout.
I think I'm the one who's scared.
No, not at all. And Gail, you had said before
Thank you.
that you hurt your father. It doesn't take much. All you need to just hit in the right spot with the right technique, and you can get hurt. A lot of times beginners, they get so excited that even the higher level belted people, with experience, when they're working with individuals that are beginners, they could get injured because the beginners get so excited that they're just throwing stuff. And, I actually had a guy, I was holding the mitts, and he threw a hook punch, came over, and it took my thumb out. It's like, so that's, you got to take it easy.
It really is. You're not trying to hurt it.
And for the record, the night of the fight, I will not be dressed as a lawyer.
Oh, damn. Ready? All right, so she's up in her stance, right? She's got her front hand here, her back hand, that's where the power all comes from. So what we do training-wise, she just throws out her jab and brings it right back. Check that out. Go ahead. Again, 2. Good. 3. Now I'm going to come at her. She's going to get to my back. Right? She's going to stay out of the way. 1, 2. Boom, boom. Come on, get to my back. Get to my back. Come on, move faster. 2. 2. Go ahead. 2. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Come on, come on. Now she's going to keep those hands up. Come on, keep them up. Keep them up. 1.
This is why we train.
1. 1. Move it around. Move it around to my back. 1, 2. Right over to here.
As you can see, this is a workout.
Uppercuts.
Balance.
Turn them over. Turn them over. Hard cross and hook. Boom, boom. Good. Switch it around. Double jab. Double jab. I want you to do jab and a hook. So jab, slip, and hook. Jab, slip, hook. Okay, again. Jab, slip, hook. Jab, slip, hook. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. Ba, 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 ba. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba. 6. 8.
Killing me.
It's It's exhausting. You could see
7, 8, 10. Come on, let's go.
Goes on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ha!
All right, ladies.
A little taste.
Okay.
First time in a dress.
We're going to come back in a second for
And
the
your hair down.
commercial.
Your hair down and dressed.
Yes.
Thank
Big
you.
difference.
Thank you so much.
Nicely done.
Wasn't that well done? Do you get tiring? Do you train?
ready to die.
How long do you train?
Sweat just holding those
You
things.
sweat, the exercise, ice cream tonight. No?
Why not?
Cake?
Hey, I'm Tom Mealy from the Harrison Law Group. You know, soft tissue injury, that's no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. Don't waste valuable time going to firms who don't get it and can't do it. Call 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
When your cable's on the fritz, you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, your daughter imitates. When your daughter imitates, she gets thrown out of school. When she gets thrown out of school, she meets undesirables. When she meets undesirables, she ties the knot with undesirables. And when she ties the knot with undesirables, you get a grandson with a dog collar. Don't have a grandson with a dog collar. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When you pay too much for cable, you throw things. When you throw things, people think you have anger issues. When people think you have anger issues, your schedule clears up. When your schedule clears up, you grow a scraggly beard. When you grow a scraggly beard, you start taking in stray animals. And when you start taking in stray animals, you can't stop taking in stray animals. Stop taking in stray animals. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
So then I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
He thinks you're naked.
My shell is brown. It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
So it's that kind of party. Hit it! I'm sexy and I know it. Aye. Look at that body. Look at that body. Look at that body. I work out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I enjoyed that. I don't know. I got knocked out just watching you guys, so I know the exercise going in.
I'm still trying to catch my breath.
You wanted to tell us about the boxes with their training. You were mentioning something?
Well, you talk about safety, and it's really important that while we're focusing on a fundraiser and a fun event and a fun night out, safety is always our first concern. All of our boxes do have to register with USA Boxing in New York State. All of our trainers are professional trainers. They're all registered. We use a little bit bigger gloves so nobody gets hurt. We all have headgear. But most important is that each of our boxes goes through 4 to 6 months of training with these trainers.
Whoa.
And they don't get in the ring until the trainer says they're okay. Because safety in the end is our most important piece.
That's so important with
And
everything
Gail,
that we're going to
even our corner people in the corner during the bouts, they're certified corner people. It's not just their friends and family. It's certified corner people. So they can, if there's anything going on, they can spot it right away. And this is purely exhibition. Okay. So the officials that are in the ring, the referee, he will stop the fight. He will break it apart. He'll say, rest for a moment. He does not want anyone to get hurt. That's our main concern. So if anyone starts to get a little bit rough or a little bit more than exhibition type boxing, the referee will break it up and slow it down and warn them.
And we have to thank these guys because they do Golden Gloves, they do all the real-time boxing, And they understand that this is exhibition. And when they come in, they really take good care of our boxers. They protect them in the ring. In fact, if you remember many years ago, one of our fights, I got a little tired at the end. He's a little bit bigger than I am. And I was hiding behind the ref, and he was laughing. He says, "You got to get out from behind me." And I said, "I only got 30 more seconds. You stay there."
How long is each bout, and how long in the ring? I mean, do we go?
We run 3 rounds of 1 minute.
Okay.
And so we make sure, again, safety is our first concern. We want them to go, and everybody always asks, do they really hit? Well, you saw the training. When we get in the ring, they are really hitting each other. I don't think I can say anybody's trying to hurt each other.
No.
But they're all trying to hit each other. And I think the best line, and I hear it from every single boxer, is it's not that I want to hurt the other guy, I just don't want to look bad.
Right, right. Of course, of course.
That's the best motivation for training.
And Matthew, did you want to repeat the website again,
Sure,
please?
sure. Our website is LI Fight FOR Charity. LI Fight for FOR Charity, either .com or .org. And you can register right there online for our Fight for Charity. We'll also be having in October. We'll be having a cocktail party, and there'll be information soon on the website.
That sounds like fun.
That cocktail party will be courtesy of the generosity of the Mr. Steve Carl, proprietor of Carlisle on the Green in beautiful Bethpage State Park.
That's wonderful.
In their grand ballroom.
Well,
and he generously...
You might want to say Carlisle at the Palace.
Whatever it is, make sure it's not October 9th, okay?
Right. We don't want to
apologize.
With all
October
the other
9th, we have to change the date.
Change the date, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for telling us.
You're welcome.
I'm glad we were here today.
You see what you find out? Before we wrap it up, I have a very quick video to wrap it up. But again, I just want to say thank you so much for all that you're doing and the kindness that you've exhibited, and to get everybody else inspired to do this.
Before you do that, we're doing a fundraiser for Fight for Charity. So it's a disco night at Antoinette's of East Hills, Glen Cove Road, just north of the LIE. Friday night, July 12th, 9 o'clock till midnight. Get on your dancing shoes. We're going to raise some money for Fight for Charity. Yeah,
it's $20 a person.
$20 donation.
There are a little hors d'oeuvre and a few other things, and we're going to be dancing.
Absolutely.
And I definitely will be there.
Yeah. Check
on
Facebook
let's
for that event.
Wrap this first half of the show up with this video. And again, I want to thank you so much. That was
our
terrific.
pleasure, our
thank
honor.
You.
Thank you, Gail.
Thank you for having us.
Gail.
Hi, my name is Jamie Austin, and I'm one of the co-founders of the Long Island Fight for Charity. It's important for you to support us because we're taking that money and we're giving it to organizations like the Long Island Community Chest, family residents, and the Genesis School, and helping them to support people in need on Long Island. Hurry up and sign up quickly. There's only a few spots left for boxes.
Hi, I'm Matt Silver, co-founder of Long Island Fight for Charity. Very excited to be here at the Garden Oasis at the Chateau. And we're going to have an amazing event on May 20th. Tons of great food, great drinks, and plenty of good people, networking. And of course, you'll get to meet all the wonderful people that have donated their time and their energy to be boxing in the 2013 Long Island Fight for Charity.
Hey, I'm Tom Mealy from the Harrison Law Group. You know, soft tissue injury, that's no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. Don't waste valuable time going to firms who don't get it and can't do it. Call 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no!
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar.
I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Spice body spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it. Faster. You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store. One low price.
Here's the problem. We forgot to plug it in.
Oh, don't even think about it. Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or Blockbuster.com.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
Welcome back to the second half of Making a Difference with Gail. And as you look at our couch, we have some new people here. We have, and some people who were here before, but we have now added Greg Bravo, and we have Al Rodriguez, who works with Greg Bravo. Okay, so we're going to find out quite a bit about what you do as well to make a difference. But I'd like to start with Joanne. Joanne, when you were last here, you talked about Moms Who Kick. And I just happen to have a copy of the calendar, the journal. Good. So what I would like to know is an update. What's going on? When is the event? And what's happening?
Well, photo shoots have been complete, and I have to say, the most fun. Every year it gets better. Every year something new and a new friendship. So I'm pumped. So we're working on production now. Hopefully the calendar will be at the printer in 3 weeks. Still time to get dedications in. So if anybody wants to buy a block dedication, we have about 2-week time. Go to momswhokick.com or email me, joe@momswhokick.com, to find out more. We can still get your dedications in the calendar before printing. The launch of the party, I will have complete details tomorrow, but tentative date, October 9th. It'll be a lot of fun, different from what we've done in the past, and I think really a great, great time. So that's going to be, I don't want to say the name yet because it's not written in stone. I don't have that contract, but October 9th, save the date. Put on your dancing shoes.
And of course, everyone knows that the foundation helps.
Oh, yes, breast cancer. It's a breast cancer and women's health charity, 501c3, public charity. The mission is to inspire, empower, and motivate women to lead a healthy lifestyle through physical fitness and proper nutrition. So Moms Who Kick started with my martial arts background. It's now expanded to include and incorporate all aspects of physical fitness. Get up and do something and eat healthy and take care of your body, and it will in turn take care of you.
Beautiful. And Teresa, you're on the board. Is that correct?
I am. I sit on the advisory board, and I've been working with Joanne and Moms Who Kick on the calendar side for the last several years. It's been awesome.
Excellent. Yeah. And now we're going to move on over to Greg Bravo. Greg, you are a man of many different talents. And I wrote some of the different places down because I didn't want to mix them up or get confused. And if I make any mistakes, by all means, correct me. But I believe you advise for Homeland Security, Scotland Yard, Police Department of New York City Department of Corrections, Military Police, Coast Guard, Marine MP, and Army Specialist for Green Beret. Is that correct?
You left out U.S. Marshal.
I left out U.S. Marshal. Go figure. Shame on me. That is some list. And you indicated last time that you were here, you talked about your Wounded Warrior program.
Right.
And how is that doing? And that's through Alliance Group Affiliates, AGA. So share a little bit of what's going on with that.
Well, basically, we have a program where we train veterans as security guards, and then we place them into jobs. We do Wounded Warriors, anybody with a service-connected disability or a Purple Heart recipient, we train them free and we place them free.
Fabulous.
We have a 100% placement rate.
And AGA is also a school for training guards.
Well, training guards, law enforcement agencies, we have a number of client school districts, and it's multifaceted. We have our own veterans organization. We look at security guards, well, it's something important because now they're dealing with terrorism. They have to look out for that. They're dealing with active shooter and a myriad of other problems that they didn't have to face before. So they need to be better trained. In fact, the state of New York requires some homeland security training for them in the beginning of their careers. But we also look at the position of security guard as a stepping stone to other things. We have people that are becoming doctors, nurses, police officers. So while they're going to school or waiting for an appointment for something, it's a good stepping stone. And in the higher ends, they can make over $1,000 a day in executive protection.
Excellent. And the reason I mention that is because, Joanne, you do self-defense, which we're going to get into. We're going to see some of your training and Bruce Lee advocate. And Greg, you do that in addition to tactical training. But you can't really get the advanced courses unless, if I understand correctly, you have your license as a guard. And that's what many people go to your school to train for.
Right. Well, Al and I,
I was going to ask you to introduce
Al.
Al
Was Marine Force Recon, which is their version of Navy SEALs. And
I think I have heard of that.
Yeah.
Name dropper, but I have heard of it.
Yeah, basically. And with Al, some people who are SEALs, other Green Beret types, we're going to, and Joanne, we're going to start something in Strike Force Sports here in Deer Park.
I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. Look at the connection that you're getting.
And we're bringing some police officers and attorneys to talk about the law and legal aspects of defending yourself outside the home and inside the home, which is two different uses. Yeah,
right,
yeah, exactly.
It's two different species.
You're able to use more force inside your house legally.
Well, we'll get into that in a moment. I mean, I am going to talk about that, ask you preventive ways, things that we have in the home to protect. But I would like to ask, because the last time you were here, we did run out of time. And I know that you have two programs that you're trying to implement. And one of them is the anti-bullying. Can you just share a little bit about that?
With that, we're talking with school districts. I think Steve Stern and
who's my friend, legislator Steve Stern, and also Assemblyman Chad Lubinacci.
Right. We're going to bring the school districts together and see if we can use people that can't be bullied, like the SEAL types, to and
that would be very inspirational to go into the schools, because bullying happens everywhere, and it's not just physical bullying. You get a lot of verbal bullying now, and especially with the internet. I think somebody like you getting in there, you really inspire some of these kids. Even some of the girls are like, oh wow, but.
So true.
It's a very important issue nowadays.
Before, years ago, it was the physical bullying. You went in, you got into the fight, you stood up to somebody, and we said, well, a bully is really a coward. But today, you're right. You're right, Joanne. With the internet and all of the pressures that are going on, and now we're hearing more and more about it, and we see more schools are involved. So what would you do? What would Al do as far as that? Tell me exactly. Take me to that.
Well, in this
position.
case, you're talking about the self-defense courses for men, women, and children, or just
the anti-bullying? What would he do?
Well, Al trains, men and women and children. But when I watch him with the kids, they look up to him. Because he's the baddest ass in the place. So. He's.
Can we say that? Yeah, I guess we can. Right?
Let Al.
Too late now.
I've heard it said on the air.
Let Al shake your hand and find out what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he shook my hand.
If you're not expecting it, it's like he's got a vice grip. In other words, the kids look up to these to those people that were special forces types.
Special forces. Really, that is impressive.
You know,
it is.
as opposed to police,
Yeah.
because they feel that police are more like an advocate, not an adversary, rather, more than an advocate. And, you know, Hollywood makes a big deal about special
Interesting,
forces.
because years ago, children did not look at the police department as adversarial. They looked up to them, and you're shaking your head, yes.
No, 100%.
I don't quite
So
know
did
what
I. I never thought I was going to be
happened,
a cop.
Well, technology.
I never thought.
Technology.
Like everything,
Okay.
conversations we were having in the back. I'm 33, so
but young.
yeah, I'm a baby.
He's young, so you can relate to him as
But
opposed to
even
someone
even
else.
in my time, we didn't have access to it. As soon as you look down on your hand, there's a phone.
Right.
Now these kids who can hide behind not even just a computer. Years ago, when the internet got really big and parents had parental control this and parental control that.
Correct.
Now it's been evolved to where now it's all handheld. So now you can have a kid who can bully somebody sitting right next to them and not even say a word, because everything is so accessible to the kids.
There's no more shadows.
And there's exactly
Right.
and now there's no
So
there's
true.
nobody can really govern it, because by the time I send my text or my message, it's already done. The damage has already been done. So by the time I get off the school bus, get in my class, if the kid does decide to say something, I mean, it has to go to the teacher and then go to the principal and then go
Correct.
to the parents.
Right.
Again, it's just so many different levels now, and it's moving so quick. So that's one of the things that we actually have to battle as a society now, as a change in society, is the technology that's literally at hand.
I think you're
especially.
absolutely right. So that's one of the programs that you're also working on. And the other one that you didn't have a chance to speak about is the active shooter.
Well, yeah, just to expand on what Al was talking about, the internet is probably fueling the active shooter situations. If you take a sociopath, you know, I was trained as a hostage negotiator and became what they call high-level crisis intervention specialist, which is hostage and terrorist incidents. But if you take a sociopath-type personality and you push them too far, they can blow up just like anybody, but they'll definitely be very calculating, and they'll come back and kill everybody in the place. So one of the Colorado shooter, he put on the internet, or actually he was trying to get dates on the internet. He couldn't even get dates on the internet. The Virginia Tech shooter, you know, who killed all the kids in the college there, he put on the internet, you didn't love me before, everybody's going to know my name tonight. They figure infamy is better than no intention at all. So we have to teach, actually move back towards morality and respect and those kind of values and principles that made our society great in the first place. And I think the kids are going to look up to people that were non-police but military and special forces types, my associates and friends. I was both police and military, but they still see the police part. Yeah. So I like to use them, and he's more their age.
Well,
you know.
let's hold that thought. When we come back, we can further discuss it. We'll be right back.
One resident describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go give me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, Jesus.
Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
He thinks you're naked.
My shell is brown. It just looks like my milk chocolate is showing. Only a fool would think I'd actually show up naked.
So it's that kind of party. Hit it!
I'm sexy and I know it. Look at that body. Look at that body. Look at that body. I work out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it. Faster. You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store. One low price. Here's the problem. We forgot to plug it in.
Oh! Don't even think about it!
Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or Blockbuster.com.
To get right in that spot. Okay. Sorry, I have to go fast. Okay, Therese, you are coming out of the mall. It's late at night, and you're a little overwhelmed because look at all the shopping you have. And you are going to be attacked. So, Joe, what does she do?
Well, the first thing she has to do is not be distracted, okay? So she's got bags, potentially even got more. They're bags. First mistake, what is she doing? She's looking in her bag for what? What are you looking for?
Where are my keys?
Okay, she's looking for her car keys. Mistake number one, don't have them in your bag. Before you leave the mall, okay, before you leave the mall, you get your keys out. You have them in your hand, and you know where your car is parked. Do you know where your car is parked?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, so she's got her keys, she's got her bags, right? I'm just going to grab them just to demonstrate for a minute here. She's fumbled, she hasn't found them, somebody's going to come up and attack her. Okay, rule number one, she was vulnerable. So you have your keys out, and you can carry your keys like this, all right? So you're holding them in your hand, right? Holding them in your hand like that. A lot of people have the misconception of holding them like this. Remember, we were all taught, put it between your fingers, and then you can poke them in the eye. Well, chances are if you poke them in the eye, that's going to go backwards and probably cut your, or the opportunity of cutting your fingers. So you want to hold them like this. Okay. So now, you hold those, you've got your bag, you're now leaving the mall, hands have your keys, you're aware. You're walking tall, you know what's going on around you, and if somebody comes up to grab your bags, guess what you can do? You can stab them in the eye with that key. You can stab them in the throat with that key. You can swipe their face, swipe their throat, their wrist, whatever. My wrist, get off of me, right? So you can, that person that says this person is going to be a hard target. It's not an easy target like that person was before. Now they know what they're doing. They have a weapon. They're going to want to get away from you, okay? Let's say they pull you from behind, right? Just to give they come up behind you. You're still confident now. You know, move over this way just a little bit. You know that you have your keys in your hand. You know where your car is going, but you don't know somebody's coming up behind you to grab you, okay? So now all their focus right now is where? Around your neck, right? First thing you want to do is be able to breathe. So you can take that key and you can stab backwards. If that doesn't work, you can do this and stab that way.
What about
you
a
want to
foot
be able
stomp?
to breathe. Before you do that, you're just going to pull my arm down so you can breathe. Now tuck your chin. Now I can't get back in there. Now, look, I'm focused here. I've got 2 feet behind me, underneath me. She's got shoes on. She can lift up that foot and slam down right on my instep, or she can hit her heel into my shins. By now, she can even bite my arm. Worst case scenario, you can, but look, whatever it takes. She can peel away my fingers. There's many options of what you can do.
All right, thank you. And your pepper spray. All right, very
pepper
quickly.
spray.
Thank you. Greg, what do we have in the house as you're getting up? No, please get up, get up. But what do you have in your house if someone kicks down the door? What are some weapons you have in your home before you demonstrate?
Well, before we even do that, I mean, we recommend in police work that people have a large dog or pretend they have one. They might even put a big dog bowl out and beware a dog on the house. And usually the bad guys will avoid that. They'll actually surveil your house too about 6 to 12 times before they come in. That's the empirical. Okay. You can have panic buttons in every room. You can even have one you can carry around with you. Even in the garage, you can hide weapons. You can make improvised weapons. There's even an umbrella that's legal that they make. It's about $200, but it could cut a watermelon in half. and some people advocate the use of weapons. We don't advocate that unless you have training.
Right.
All this is available to us. We can actually even do consulting work. We do for large corporations. We do for homes too. Show them how to harden the target, so to speak.
Yeah, and as you go into this demonstration very quickly, I'm still upset over seeing recently a man breaking into a house, threw the daughter on the ground, and he beat up the woman, and the woman didn't want to do anything to upset the child. What are you going to demonstrate for us right now? Joanne, I don't want you to get hit. I don't know if they're going to use you in the demo.
Well, there's a lot of things, you know, martial arts.
A couple of minutes here.
In martial arts, if you would grab me and copy again, like that. In martial arts, there's a lot of things they teach you, you know, like come over the top or grab somebody like this. The only trouble is, look where his hand is.
Exactly.
Bang. And if somebody this size and you're that woman's size, you have a problem. What we usually tell people is that you can do is you can take a straight hand, your palm heel shot to the nose. He'll probably let go, and then you can follow up with combination techniques. We teach mostly gross motor movements because in a real fight, if anybody's been in a real fight, the fancy stuff you learn in the comfort of a dojo doesn't usually work in the street. I definitely could kick either one of them in the head. Do a spin kick because I have black belts.
So if he moves out of the side, you're going to show us how to do a kick?
Well, can't do it
I'd love to
safely here.
see it.
But basically,
I'd like you to move aside.
in the street, like I usually wear steel-toe shoes. So
All right.
in the street, in police work, actually, we teach to keep what they call protective or defensive gap. Okay, reactionary gap. If he comes into my distance here, I'm gonna have to hit him. He has reach on me. Okay, Al has definite reach on me. I can't reach him, but he can reach me.
Right.
He's got a few inches reach. So what we do is you use your legs. That's the strongest part of your body.
Okay.
We tell people to kick low, kick to the shins as somebody was showing you, kick to the shins, kick to the groin. And if you get in, you're usually in a defensive stance. You can hit with elbows. You coming over here to help us out?
Yeah, I'm coming over because we have to wrap it up, guys. And as always, may I say thank you to everybody come around here.
Oh, we have
I didn't want to come here to get kicked. I came here to get a kiss.
Okay.
Not to get kicked. Never kicked.
You're going to have a Kodak moment.
Right? It is a Kodak moment. If you could move down there, please, Nick. Terrific. I just want to say thank you so much. And I hope that you learned a few techniques. And I just want to say that you guys are the best, and I so appreciate it, and all that you're doing to help make a difference. Thank you.
Thanks, Gail.
Thank you.
Mwah. Thank you. That was fabulous. Coming over to get kicked, huh?
Yeah.